Ananya, Subramaniam Balaji judgment was, prominently mentioned, that they said that there is, we can't just go by that. We will have to review it. This was a 2013 judgment. It was from Tamil Nadu. That's a state that really wins elections on the basis of freebies. That time, the Supreme Court had said that, even though, the freebies cannot completely be ruled out, they can be construed as a corrupt practice. The reality cannot be ruled out that the distribution of freebies influences people, following which the Election Commission framed guidelines for it, and that trust of voters should be sought only on those promises which are possible to be fulfilled. Now, that judgment, which was clearly taken into account, they feel that, that cannot fit this, as one judgment cannot fit all cases. And now the recommendation is that an expert body is formed, and that also there should be an all-party meeting. Take us through that.
Well, yes, Shilpa, first of all, what has been the highlight of today's hearing is that it has remained inconclusive. Secondly, what is very, very crucial to note is that the Supreme Court also, bench headed by CJ and V. Ramana, also comprising Justice Hima Kohli and Justice C.T. Ravikumar, has clearly observed that the judgment passed in 2013, which is the Subramaniam Balaji versus state of Tamil Nadu, is having some flaws, needs to be reconsidered, and hence this two judges bench judgment has been referred to a three judges bench, a larger bench, and would be heard after 2 weeks. In fact, the Supreme Court also says that this matter, owing to its complexity and the thin line, because remember, whenever this matter was being argued, there was a very, very thin line between freebies and welfare policies. So that has to be determined, and it needs a very, very complex hearing, and hence the Supreme Court says that owing to the complexity of this matter, we deem it appropriate to list it before a three judges bench, which is another three judges bench of the Supreme Court would now be hearing this matter. An extensive hearing might take place in this, while the two judges bench judgment of Subramaniam Balaji has also been transferred to a three judges bench subject to the orders of the new Chief Justice of India. And we'll have to wait and watch as to when the matter is listed before the top court. It is essentially a time of 2 weeks have been given for the matter to be listed before another three judges bench. So we'll have to wait and watch as to how the matter proceeds in time. But then what is very, very crucial to note today, at least, is that the matter before the Supreme Court has remained inconclusive. And in fact, the Supreme Court has advised the government of India to hold an all-party meeting. And in fact, an expert body suggestion has also been given by the Supreme Court of India with regards to studying of the issue of freebies, because it says that it's a very, very complex matter and needs a very, very detailed discussion, hearing, and in fact, a study as well. Shilpa.
Well, yes, indeed. Ananya, stay with us, and let's also go across to what Saurabh Bhardwaj of the Aam Aadmi Party had to say about this.
Now has given a verdict on this, the freebies issue, in which Aam Aadmi Party was also a party. They've said that it should be referred to, the Supreme Court has said that it should be referred to a three-judge bench. What is the Aam Aadmi Party's reaction to it?
We are for the welfare schemes. We stand for the welfare schemes.
How do you see the verdict of the Supreme Court? How do you see the verdict of the Supreme Court?
I haven't read it.
Don't you want to react to it at all?
No, I have to read it.
Would you welcome it? Because it has been...
Coca! Please, Coca!
So, there Aam Aadmi Party...
Okay, we're going back to my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar for more on that judgment. Ananya, also in a first, that was the first time, there was live streaming from the Supreme Court as well, and now that freebies order coming. As you're pointing out, there was no consensus that was reached, and now it's going to be referred to by a three-member bench. And also, they've asked for an all-party meeting to take place on this to deliberate on it.
Well, yes, in fact, these suggestions have been given, though the live streaming of this hearing was not taking place. It is the ceremonial bench of the Chief Justice of India that would be live streamed. The ceremonial bench is basically when the Chief Justice retires, all of the senior most advocates and the judges gave out their speeches. However, with regards to the freebies matter, concising to that, the Supreme Court hearing remains inconclusive as of now. Suggestion has been given that the government of India should hold an all-party meeting to discuss this particular issue. Apart from that, it has also been discussed that an expert body of various stakeholders shall be there, which should study the issue of freebies owing to its complexities. And since there is a very, very thin line between what is freebies and what is a welfare scheme. So particularly now the matter would be heard extensively by another 3 judges bench. We'll have to wait and watch as to who would be heading this bench and who would be the other judges, who would be the members of the bench that would be hearing this freebies matter. So that is a matter of time, and we'll get to know as soon as the new Chief Justice lists the matter before a certain bench. So it is a matter of time, and we'll get to know about that. But then today's hearing remained very, very inconclusive. The judgment, as of now, in the freebies matter remained very inconclusive. However, suggestions have been given to Government of India to hold an all-party meeting with all the parties, all the political parties, to discuss this issue and take down suggestions from them. But
all right, stay with us, Ananya. We're also joined by Maji Neman of NCP, who's also a prominent lawyer. Very good morning to you, sir. How do you view this order that has come in? In fact, it's not conclusive at all. The Supreme Court has advised the formation of expert body to study the issue, and it's transferred the matter to another 3 judges bench, and it's called for an all-party meeting. How successful do you think that all-party meeting is going to be at reaching any conclusion or consensus?
Well, this freebie controversy has been for quite some time disturbing. You see, the democratic exercise of asking the common people to help a political party as far as the elections are concerned. Because we have seen in the past several years that political leaders and political parties have been making all kinds of false promises to lure the voters and also distribute some, say, blankets or sewing machines or cash and this, etc., free, or we would do this in order to attract them towards their political party and win their votes, which probably may be bordering on, amounting to corrupt practices. And therefore, in order to have a cleaner public, exercise, the matter is before Supreme Court. And Supreme Court also appreciates the gravity of the impact of this particular issue. And therefore, Supreme Court suggests now that larger bench of 3 judges should examine the fallout of this particular legal scrutiny. And also, the Supreme Court suggestion that all political parties must have a meeting, and all party meeting should decide as to where to stop. And I am afraid that in this particular question, even Election Commission has to be in. And Election Commission must also realize that under the People's Representative Act and other provisions of the Commission, where to make the political leaders or political parties stop as far as the luring of the voters is concerned, as far as the promises are concerned, as far as the freebies are concerned. So I think this is certainly going to, once it will be settled by the Honorable Supreme Court with 3-judge bench wisdom, I am sure that it would make public life cleaner and our democracy would
Thank you very much, sir, for joining us with